What do we make of Milan? Because Tonali had a huge game in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Kessie was just back from the African Cup of Nations. Basically, they said, sit on Brozovic, make sure he doesn't play make. But, there's been a lot of criticism of Kalulu. Obviously, they're without their starting defensive partnership of Tomori and Simon Kjaer. They got the job done.
Yeah, I like Kalulu, I have to say. I think he can play right back. He can play as a centre-back like he did in that game. He still has a lot to improve on what to do with the ball. And sometimes it looks like he's panicking a little bit and maybe a bit which could lead to him being a bit reckless. But I thought in terms of solidity, he was there. And even if Inter was so good and could easily have scored 3 without Maignan, I think there was a lot of positive from Milan to take away from the game, apart from the win, of course, and that brings them back to the title race. But yeah, I thought defensively, Kalulu did okay.
In that first half, Milan, I thought, were just played off the park. The one exception maybe was Tonali.
Yeah.
And it's funny because our old colleague James Horncastle said, enough with the Tonali Pirlo comparisons. He's nothing like Pirlo. And he's really not.
No.
Like
the way he plays, definitely not.
He comes from Brescia. He has the floppy hair, and he's a very good passer.
Yeah.
But the comparisons, I think, end there.
Yeah.
I love seeing him with that personality. He did.
What happened? Do you think when he was the move? Did he just need time to evolve in the play that he is now, or?
I think it was time. I think, you're referring to last season.
When he struggled.
So he goes from Brescia, where he's the wonder kid, where everything runs through him in the midfield, to Milan, where Benacer didn't have a great year last year either, but, a lot of times it actually goes through Benacer, where it's just a bigger club. It's a bigger dimension. I think physically he's grown stronger as well. I think he always had that bit of bite, which Pirlo didn't have, and frankly, I don't think Pirlo minus never had.
Yeah.
But he's really grown into that role where he can be a leader. And we talked about how Frank Kessie is going to most likely move on. He's out of contract, hasn't extended his deal yet. But man, if they could keep him together, that Tonali Kessie midfield.
Yeah, no, it is.
That would be something else.
It would be something else, definitely. And this is the kind of game that, if you're Tonali, you grow so much from, and you say like, okay, this is a game that I could not have produced maybe a year ago again, and now he's raised his level so much. It was actually wonderful to see, because there was a time where he was the only one keeping that Milan team with Maignan, keeping that Milan team in the game, because there were waves after waves after waves, and I think that was pretty impressive.
It's interesting, just finally on their title chances, because obviously, even as important psychologically and in so many different ways.
Of course.
Equally, if we're going to get this Giroud, and if they can get this service to Giroud, and most of all, if they can have the belief to stay in the game until the end.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's weird. I'm talking about stuff I don't like to talk about. But when people talk about belief and confidence, I'm kind of thinking, so much hot air, right? We can say it about anybody after the fact. But we've seen them so long, so many times this season. We've seen them come back and continue to believe and continue to buy into what Pioli's doing and continue to attack when, in the first half, when they kept trying to attack. It's like they didn't try, right? No, they were just terrible at it.
It was limited,
To me, this bodes well.
This shows you that is great.
The spirit is great. Pioli's got a great hold on these players. They just need to have, I think, the key men to be fit.
Giroud is 7 goals in 8 starts in the league now. I'm just leaving that out there. That's what I'm saying.
You're trolling Ibra.
That's what I'm saying.
Careful. Zlatan is watching you.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.